I'm Kate DiCarlo, and this is Verbal Vomit. My apartment is filled with half-empty journals that I tried to write in daily, and the few days that I followed through, I have these amazing snapshots of my life, of memories I would never remember without a written record. And if you can, you should try to write nightly about your day. Why? Because memory is fickle and you forget more than you remember, but more importantly, because the more you write, the better you get. I've never been able to commit to writing daily about my own life, but writing about fictional characters, that I can do. So you have to find what works for you, but you have to write frequently in order to get better, just like with anything else. Now, should you post your writing where people can see? Well, you probably already do that if you're on Facebook or you text, because that is way better practice than you might expect. If you socially operate in a grammatically correct way, that is amazing practice. You also get experience in understanding an audience, and that is the main key with sharing socially. Whether it's on Facebook or Twitter or a blog, you get practice entertaining an audience. And so in that way, writing in a visible place is very good. Writing daily in a place where only you can see is good too. You'll be more open and honest for sure, and you'll probably care less about perfection and more about content. I would suggest writing first in a private place and then gradually expanding into a public forum as you get in the habit of writing daily. There are 3 websites I know of for writing daily: 750words.com, onepageperday.com, and writerdi.com, which actually costs money and it's a desktop application, but it's only $10 and it's kind of fun anyway. They all encourage you to write a certain amount, whether it's by word count or page count or simply just pressuring you until you do it. Try them all, see what works for you. It'll help you make writing goals later. So, I told you that writing every day is practice, and practice will make you a better writer. But why? Well, because it trains your brain to come up with ideas regularly, new ideas, on command. When you're working on your novel, this will show up anytime you need to make a decision, because it will come right to you and it will save you from writer's block. But where do you get all these daily ideas? Well, you could go for a walk and talk out loud. You could go to DeviantArt, find a picture, and write about it. You could read blogs or books, because comments or reviews also count, because being able to analyze things that you read is a very important skill to cultivate. You could listen to people talk, you could listen to music, you could read about history, you could recall your dreams, you could free write, and those are just a few places to get some inspiration. So, with all of this advice about daily writing, my best advice is to experiment. The way I see it, there are 3 variables that really impact your daily writing. When you write, as in daytime, nighttime, morning time. How much you write, as in 10 minutes a day, an hour a day, a page a day, 1,000 words a day. And your distractions. Can you work with the TV on, with the dog in the room? Do you need music? Do you need silence? I, for example, have listened to jazz music pretty much every time that I have written since I was in high school. And the result is that I have to carry a notebook with me anytime I go to a live jazz event, because I've trained my brain to be most creative when it hears that saxophone. A good place to go for some daily writing practice is National Novel Writing Month, or NANOWRIMO. You've probably heard of it. If not, you should Google it. It's a great community. Basically, the idea is to write every day for the month of November, and by the end of it, you've written a book. It's a great experience, and everybody and author should try it at least once. The most important thing when it comes to writing daily is you have to challenge yourself. You have to push the limits of what you're comfortable with. If you normally write about other characters, write about yourself. If you normally write about yourself, write about some characters. Kill off a main character. Do things that are a little bit outside of your comfort zone. Write a romance novel or a western or a sci-fi fantasy combination. Do things that are challenging for you and maybe that scare you a little bit. Write about something that hurt you really bad once. Write about things that really upset you, really make you feel passionate, or things that make you feel really happy. Do something that's a little bit outside of your bubble. And that's the important thing to do with daily writing, is you should always be pushing your own limits and always be striving to reach that next level. Well, I guess that's all for this week, so all I really have to say is go to katiedicarlo.com, check that out. That's now where I professionally edit people's novels and short stories, and I would love to edit yours. Next week I'm going to talk about word counts, but until then, I dedicate this video to my special snowflake, and I will see you all next Wednesday.